Hello, humans. Dr. Tux here. Sometimes your cat doesn't just sit on you, it climbs you, your legs, your shoulders, your chest, almost like you're some kind of living tree. And while many people assume this is just affection, the real reason is far more interesting. Because this behavior is not random. It is the result of instincts shaped over thousands of years of evolution. And to understand it, we need to look at how cats experience their environment and where you fit into it. If your cat climbs on you, it can feel confusing. Sometimes it happens suddenly, sometimes it even hurts, and sometimes it seems completely unnecessary. But from a biological perspective, this behavior is highly logical. It can be explained by a combination of instinct, environment, sensory perception, and learned behavior. Reason number one, you are the highest point. One of the strongest instincts in cats is the desire to seek elevation. This comes directly from their evolutionary history. Cats evolved as small, highly specialized predators, but also as animals that needed to avoid becoming prey. Because of this, they occupy a position in the food chain known as a mesopredator. This means they hunt smaller animals, but must remain constantly aware of larger threats. This creates a very specific type of brain, one that is always asking, where am I safest? Height provides a powerful advantage. From an elevated position, a cat can scan a wider area, detect movement faster, avoid sudden approach, and react more quickly. But there is something even more important. Cats are extremely sensitive to movement. Their vision is not optimized for detail, but for detecting motion. Even small changes, like you standing up or shifting your weight, can trigger attention. So, when you move, your cat doesn't just see a human walking, it sees a moving element in its territory, and instinctively, it wants a better vantage point. Inside your home, you are often the tallest moving object available. So, when your cat climbs you, it may not be thinking emotionally at all. It may simply be responding to a fundamental instinct. This is the best place to observe from. Reason number two, safety and control. Closely connected to height is the need for safety. Cats are both predators and potential prey. This dual role shapes nearly all of their behavior in behavioral science. This is often described as risk management. Animals constantly choose positions that balance visibility, control, and escape potential. Being higher up gives cats a sense of control. From above, they can monitor movement, avoid surprise, and maintain distance. This is especially important indoors, where the environment may feel unpredictable. So, climbing onto you may not be about you at all. It may be about how your cat feels in that moment. Reason number three, warmth and energy efficiency. Cats prefer significantly warmer temperatures than humans. In fact, what feels comfortable to you may feel slightly cold to your cat. This is because cats evolved to conserve energy. As predators that rely on short bursts of activity, they spend most of their time resting. Your body provides heat, softness, and stability. From a biological perspective, this is an ideal resting surface. Choosing warmth reduces the need to generate body heat, which saves energy. So, when your cat climbs onto you, it may simply be choosing the most efficient place to rest. Reason number four, social bonding, but not the way you think. Yes, there is a social component. Cats that climb on you do feel comfortable around you, but it's important to understand this correctly. Cats do not interpret relationships in human emotional terms. Instead, they rely on familiarity, predictability, and environmental stability. You are a consistent part of your cat's territory, and cats prefer to stay close to things that are reliable, safe, and known. This is why cats also sit on your chest, follow you between rooms, or rest near you. Each of these behaviors has a different biological origin, but they often overlap. And interestingly, cats sometimes climb onto their owner and then begin kneading. That behavior comes from early kitten development and has a completely different explanation. Reason number five, kitten exploration. Climbing behavior is especially common in the young cats because climbing is part of how they learn about the world. Kittens use climbing to develop coordination, build muscle strength, and understand spatial relationships. At that stage, almost everything becomes something to climb: furniture, objects, and sometimes you. Even in adulthood, the parts of this exploratory behavior remain, especially in active or curious cats. But there is one interpretation of this behavior that most people never consider. Reason number 6, you are a tree. From a biological perspective, climbing is not optional behavior. It is deeply ingrained. In natural environments, trees provide safety, elevation, observation points, and escape routes. When these structures are missing, animals adapt. And in your home, you may be the closest available substitute. So when your cat climbs your legs or your shoulders, it is not behaving strangely. It is applying an ancient instinct to a modern environment. Reason number 7, play and overstimulation. Sometimes climbing behavior can also be linked to play or overstimulation, especially in younger or more energetic cats. Cats have bursts of energy where their behavior becomes more active and impulsive. During these moments, they may jump, chase, pounce, or climb. If your cat climbs you suddenly, especially during active periods, it may be treating you as part of a play environment. This is more likely when the cat has excess energy, there are limited play outlets, or the environment lacks stimulation. In these cases, the behavior is not about safety or warmth, but about energy release. Why some cats do this more than others? Not all cats climb humans. This behavior varies depending on age, personality, energy level, and environment. One of the most important factors is vertical space. Cats that lack cat trees, shelves, or elevated resting areas are much more likely to use their humans instead. Why humans misinterpret this? Humans naturally interpret behavior emotionally. They assume, my cat is showing love. And while there may be a social element, behavioral science suggests something different. Animal behavior is best explained by function, not intention. Climbing behavior is shaped by instinct, environment, perception, and learning, not just emotion. So when your cat suddenly climbs on you, it's not just affection. It is the result of multiple biological systems working together. A drive to seek height, a need for safety, a preference for warmth, early developmental patterns, and environmental adaptation. In other words, from your cat's perspective, you are not just a human. You are a warm, elevated, stable structure in a territory worth observing.